Hey everybody, this is Kyle, and here I have my good friends Matthew and Eve, and we are checking out a song that I have officially released coming out in April of 2020. And this is my song Store. And with this song, Matthew and Eve are going to take a listen to this with me and tell me what influences they hear because I had two very, very specific influences with the music and one somewhat influenced with the words, even though it seems like there's a big obvious one. There is that, but it's not as far reaching as it might seem. So,
So it's like
any
the
any
Price is Right.
questions? Oh,
We
do
have
what?
to we have to guess the influences, as many as possible, but without going over.
Well, just tell me which ones you hear.
Okay,
That's why I'm
that's
curious
cool.
because I'll share. I play this with for some guys that I play some music with. And it was interesting what they said that they heard in it. Cause there was one band that I was like, wow, I would have never
So
thought of
this
that.
is
The new album has a mix of music on it, which even has a cool feature of a horn player.
well, thank you.
Yeah. Any guesses who that might be, Eve?
I don't know.
I know. Yeah, and Matthew's songwriter round. We were talking about horn players and things. So, all right, are you two
Fun.
ready for this?
Absolutely. Play it, man.
All right, cool. Let me switch to the screen. Tell me what you want. Tell me what you need. Tell me how you're hungry. Tell me how you feel. You like to cook it. You like it raw. Like to add some heat. You like it all. You wanna get some sugar. Come get your ride to the store. Tell me I love her. She keeps coming back for more. Tell me how you whip it. Tell me about the cream. Tell me how it sweetens. Tell me what you mean. You like the control, you like the dream, you like the measure, you cook with steam. You wanna get some sugar, get your ride to the store. You tell me I love her, keeps coming back for more. Tell me what you want. Tell me what you need. Tell me how you're hungry. Tell me how you feel. You like to cook it. You like it raw. Like to add some heat. You like it all. You wanna get some sugar. Come get your ride to the store. Tell me I love her. She keeps coming back for more. You wanna get some sugar? Get your ride to the store. Tell me I love her. She keeps coming back for more.
Yeah. I like that. Cool song, Kyle.
Oh, thanks.
I've tried to
Who's
give
the
you what
woman
you
in the
want.
video?
I've
Somebody
tried
off of some stock video site. I'll tell you this real quick. It was impossible to find free footage of Sugar, for whatever reason. So I had to do guerrilla style, and finding a picture of a woman, especially like on a beach, something like that, that was so difficult. And I found her through some random keyword thing. It had nothing to do with what I was trying to look for. And I saw her, I was like, perfect, because the other person I could find was this, I don't know, someone that didn't visually kind of match up with what I was wanting in my head. And they were just kind of aimlessly staring at the beach, and it was just really lifeless. And so I lucked out to find that video clip.
right on. I'm not really the best at with picking out influences.
Oh, okay. Well, and what was interesting, like about this is, yeah, when I wrote this, I started to have a real clear musical idea in my head based on something. So just wondering what you may hear in that, and then the lyrical reference too. Especially since you two listen to a little bit different music than I do, sort of, and
well, my main comment that I wanted to say was I liked how you kind of did the same kind of thing that I did in the song, where you had all the major chords and the
yeah,
minor melody with that upbeat feel, and it's not necessarily a happy song, like, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like it wasn't like it's not a sad song or anything, but it's kind of like it got that rock edge, that I was talking about with all the major chords, and then
yeah.
using the flat three as a major chord and all that. It sounded good, man. I liked it.
Oh, cool.
I
Yeah, this
like
is
I,
one.
I like the main riff. I
Okay,
like
think
that.
about that main riff. What does that sound like? Eve, what are you thinking?
It's some, God, I've heard it before. It's definitely um I want to say it could be from a rock band from the late 80s, early 90s, or it might be like more modern. I'm just trying
I
to
can guess the
decide.
time period and genre better than an individual
Do
band.
that.
I say
Yeah.
70s punk,
Hmm.
late 70s punk.
Okay. Okay. All right. I'm just thinking through because it's from that 70s stuff. Okay. Well, one influence was the Kinks.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Because it kind of flips around that and plays around with it. I always call it the Rolling Stones flip. If you know the song Honky Tonk Woman, and the Rolling
I
Stones
do.
did the same thing with Sympathy for the Devil. They kind of flip where the one chord becomes the four chord of another key, more or less. I always call that the Rolling Stones flip, because this almost does that, but not really. It was more Kinks. But then there's even one big one. I don't know if I've ever mentioned one of my all-time favorite songs.
No.
Generals gathered in their masses.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
War Pigs?
Yeah. It
Of
speeds
all
it
the-
up. It
Oh.
drops the key, and it repeats it
Oh,
quicker.
shit.
But yeah, it's like, because when I started doing this, I'm like, dude, I'm totally ripping off War Pigs. This is,
No, you're not.
and then I had to switch around. I'm like, how can I switch this? I'm like, and with this band I was playing in, I learned a bunch of songs that we ended up not doing. It's a whole long story, but there were a couple Kinks songs, and that one I referenced. I always forget the name of that one too, but I was thinking, how can I switch up the War Pigs riff and make it a little different, and that was
Cool.
it.
Dude,
the guys I played
I,
music with, one of them said Buck Cherry,
but
which, I mean, their
Yeah.
one song, it's like, well, I guess, it has that attitude. What about the lyrics? Hear any influence on
Oh,
that?
they're like Def Leppard.
Okay, yeah, obviously.
That's good lyrics. Awesome, dude.